I got to have every breakthrough that God wants me to have. I want to get every breakthrough. If God got 10 breakthroughs for me this week, I don't want to just stop at 7 breakthroughs. I don't want to just get to 9 and say, okay, that's fine. What about that one that I left hanging out there? No, God, go ahead and give me all 10 of the breakthroughs that you ordained for this week. Proverbs 15:4 says, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life. Y'all see it? Proverbs 15:4, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life. But notice what he also said, but perverseness in it, or when you use the tongue in a perverse way, Solomon said it breaks the spirit. See, I basically can use my tongue to help myself, or I can use my tongue to hurt myself. Watch, I can use my tongue to help other people, or I can use my tongue to hurt other people. I can use my tongue to build up my neighbor, or I can use my tongue to tear down my neighbor. And so look at a neighbor and tell him or her the subject this morning. A wholesome tongue promotes better. If I use my tongue in a perverse way, I can actually damage my spirit, damage my attitude, damage my mindset, and spirit also has to do with damaging your life. See, if you use your tongue in a perverse way, you are actually going to cause ruin to come into your life, and not just come in your life, but ruin is going to remain in your life until you get your tongue right. When you have perverseness in your tongue or in your mouth, you are consistently using your tongue to say the wrong things. And that's where many of us are this morning. When it comes to how you use your tongue, you use your tongue consistently to say the wrong thing. And whenever you get to being consistent at using your tongue in the wrong way, you are especially going to do so during troublesome times, because that's just how you talk. You're not going to speak right because you never do so. And when trouble shows up, you are so accustomed to using your mouth in a perverse way that you actually have no problem speaking death out of your mouth, knowing, according to Proverbs 18:21, that death and life are in the power of the tongue. In other words, I have a choice. I can speak life, but because I'm so accustomed to talking death, I actually become to the point to where I'm satisfied being a death talker. See, when you use your mouth in a perverse way, you know what the word says, you know what the will of God is, but because perverseness is in your mouth, you don't mind speaking the exact opposite of God's will. You have no problem saying the opposite of what God told you to say. Why? Because perverseness is in your mouth or in your tongue. But it also has to do with a person who consistently speaks against the set season of God. In other words, God can say victory is coming out of defeat, but when you have perverseness in your mouth, because death is the only thing you see, death is the only thing you talk, and you constantly say things like, I don't see how this is going to work out for me. I don't see how better is going to come out of this situation? Well, first of all, realize you don't always have to see better in order to get better. See, sometimes God gonna allow you to see defeat, but yet he wants you to talk victory in the midst of defeat. He will allow you to see something that he know is going to bother you from a natural standpoint, but he yet recognize you've been taught enough word to, despite what you see, to speak what God said. You've been taught enough word to talk like your pastor would talk in the midst of this situation. And even sometimes it helps you to ask yourself, how would pastor speak to this situation? If he were going through this, how would he be acting right now? Would he be crying or would he be smiling? Would he be somewhere sitting up looking like he been sucking on a lemon, or will pastor be turning in victory? Will he be giving God the praise? And if you deem yourself mature, your attitude should be as the pastor, as long as the pastor attitude is in line with God. Oh, high five some folk and tell them he right about all that. Yeah, he right about all of that. I can't afford to use my mouth to speak against the set season. You may be different than me this morning. The reason I can't do it is because I got to have every blessing that God has afforded to my life. I got to have every blessing that got my name on it. I got to have every breakthrough that God wants me to have. I want to get every breakthrough. If God got 10 breakthroughs for me this week, I don't want to just stop at 7 breakthroughs. I don't want to just get to 9 and say, okay, that's fine. What about that one that I left hanging out there? No, God, go ahead and give me all 10 of the breakthroughs that you ordained for this week. Is that right? That's the reason, again, I'm saying to you, when it comes to me, I can't afford to speak against the set season. I can't do it. I don't care what it looked like. I can't afford to speak against the set season. I don't even care what I'm going through. I done got so mature now to where even when I'm going through things, I don't let my mind just get tunnel vision in reference to trial. No. I know how to look at the trial now and speak to the trial and say, you know what, trial, something good is coming out of you. Yeah. I'm going to get better because of you. See, I can reach back and grab Job and know that if God gave Job double for his trouble, then it ain't no problem for him to give me double for my trouble. But then some of us, God ain't going to stop at giving you double. He going to give you triple for your trouble. Some of you, God going to give you quadruple for your trouble. Oh, Lord, have mercy. See how you jumped up on your feet then? You receiving that triple. You receiving that quadruple. But your neighbor is sitting beside you wondering why you would get happy and it hadn't happened yet. I'm getting happy because I know that's a true prophet that's up there prophesying that I'm going to get double, that I'm going to get triple, that I'm going to get quadruple. All right. And the last thing is, when perverseness is in your mouth, it deals with a tongue or a mouth that speaks doubt consistently. Some of us are consistently talking doubt. And it don't, again, take much to happen for us to get in the lane of doubt. Some of us can be on the two-way highway of faith, talking good, thinking right. But then something happened, and we'll go ahead and know that exit 21 is doubt, and you don't mind just doing whatever you have to do to move on over to the right so that you can go ahead and exit off on doubt lane. But there are some of us, even though we going through something, we're going to keep that thing in the road. We got to remain in faith, even if folk blowing at us thinking we moving too slow. You don't know what I'm going through. I got to keep this thing in the road. I can't afford to alter and get in the lane of doubt. And it's not really that I'm better than you. It's just that I have learned that when I exit off onto doubt lane, nothing good happens on that exit. Nothing good is waiting for me on that exit. Oh, you better stop back and think about when you exit off on doubt lane and wasn't nothing good waiting for you. If there was a store there, it had closed down and moved. If there used to be a restaurant there, they shut down and moved somewhere else. And so, see, I've learned no matter what I go through, I can't exit. I can't get to talking doubt with my mouth. I got to just remain in faith. I got to just say stuff like, God gonna do it anyhow. I got to say stuff like, it's gonna happen for me anyhow. I got to speak stuff like, God said it was gonna happen this year, and I'm not going to 2017. This is the year that is gonna happen. If God done promise you a big financial breakthrough, don't you exit on doubt land. You keep calling that money for. You keep speaking whatever figure God has put into your heart. Don't you allow the devil to rob you of that figure. Don't allow demons to rob. Oh, I'm talking to somebody, because it ain't like God just said, I'm going to bless you. But God got real specific with some of us. God got real detail with how he was going to bless some of us. And man, I tell you, we are remaining in faith. But if I am to receive all that God has, I cannot allow perverseness to get in my mouth. I can't do it. Somebody shout, I can't do it.